Hey everybody, it's me, Mattspurs, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, I want to talk about Marcus Edwards. Maybe you remember him. He was an up-and-coming star in our youth team until he was sold last summer by Pochettino to a Portuguese side who play in the Portuguese Premier League. And actually, they played Arsenal this year in the Europa League. However, it seems that Marcus Edwards may be available for a transfer. And guess who is interested? Tottenham, of course. So I don't know what you're thinking, but obviously last season we let him go to them, obviously for a transfer fee. And now we're thinking of getting him back again. Obviously, he plays in one of the attacking positions, so maybe he could replace Eric Lamela, who could be on his way out of Tottenham, because Tottenham are looking to probably upgrade some of their backup players, and obviously Lamela's been injury prone. He has put in some good performances, however, maybe he can't be relied on for the whole season. So he could be the player that Edwards replaces. It's said that Edwards would be available for around £16 million, which is actually not a bad sum for a kid who is still young, has very good potential, and even in the Spurs youth team he was known to be one of the best players to come out of it for a long time. Obviously, I think one reason why he didn't feature so much for the first team, I think he made one appearance in the League Cup 1 year. But I know last season he was on loan at Norwich in the Championship, but he didn't really play any games because just like Pochettino, I think the Norwich manager had some issues with his conduct, behaviour and the way he trained. A bit like the problem we have with Tanguy and Dembele right now. But obviously maybe his year in Portugal has helped him to mature a little bit. Maybe thinking about it now, maybe we should have loaned him out instead of sold him. However, there is some good news in the fact that what Spurs included in the sale, typical Daniel Levy, is a 50% sell-on fee. So if this Portuguese club decided to sell him to another club, Tottenham would receive 50% of the transfer fee, meaning if he was available for £16 million, we probably wouldn't have to pay half of it, because half of it we would just get back. So now he is worth only £8 million. And maybe in terms of obviously what football is going through in terms of finances, maybe it doesn't sound like a bad buy. £8 million for a player who played pretty much the whole season in the Portuguese Premier League and made a number of assists, I think 8 assists and 7 goals to his name this season, including goals in the Europa League. Now, obviously, I think one reason why we did sell him is because we brought in Jack Clarke from Leeds United for about £8 million, I think. But obviously he went on loan to Leeds, hardly played. Now he's on loan at QPR and is hardly playing. And maybe he's not even Championship quality, and we paid £8 million for him. So obviously maybe we bought him to replace Marcus Edwards, maybe. They kind of play in similar positions. Maybe looking back at it, maybe this was a transfer that maybe we shouldn't have made. Maybe we should have kept Marcus Edwards and used the £8 million that we spent on Jack Clarke for somebody else. Or I don't expect Jack Clarke to play at all for Spurs next season, actually. I expect him to go on loan, maybe to a lower Championship team next season, or a team near the top of League One. But we'll see what happens, of course, in the summer. Generally speaking, I think maybe the transfer makes sense in the terms of the finances, but I still think maybe it was a bit of bad business by Spurs. I think Pochettino didn't really like him because of his behaviour. And obviously, Bielsa is the manager at Leeds, and he has a good friendship with Bielsa. So I guess that's why Jack Clark made his way to Spurs, and probably why Marcus Edwards was sold to the Portuguese league. But obviously, maybe he's coming back. Obviously, this is just some rumours, some reports that are coming out of Portugal. So whether it is true, I don't know, but it's still an interesting transfer story considering we sold him last summer and maybe 1 year later he's on his way back to Spurs. He is known to be a Tottenham fan as well, so I think he would be proud to wear the shirt. Maybe he would be good for us. He's a homegrown player as well, so it would add to the homegrown player list. And maybe in the future we could earn back some of the money we paid for him. But anyway, what do you think? Do you think Marcus Edwards coming back to Spurs is a good option? Tell me in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Come on, you Spurs.